You can still get your life back. Get your life back. It's real. Get your life back. Get your life back.
Anyway, good morning. I know yesterday, I think I was talking about being intentional about your day. Get rid of the all or nothing thinking. I should have did my homework and go back and watch and continue that. But all in all, practicing mental health is also part of practicing mental health. You have the power to control how you respond and how you react, unless you have some kind of what they call disorder or dis-ease or something like that. But again, that's when you implement and learn how to practice coping strategies, strengthen your coping mechanisms, practicing self-care. So with all of that, learning how to redirect thoughts that are unhelpful to you, they don't help you, they actually break you down instead of building you up. Surrounding yourself around people who are very supportive and optimistic, but also keep you accountable to being healthy mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. There's some point in your life where you arrive to the mindset that I can only surround myself and be in environments that I can help, that are helpful to me and that are edifying to me, to my well-being. And you're with like-minded people. They think the same, believe the same, and so now you have a group or community of healthy people, not perfect people that do everything right all of the time, but people who live a life practicing a healthy lifestyle in all aspects that I mentioned. Holistically, right? It's very helpful. A lot of us know what it feels like to be in an environment where people are unhealthy in all aspects. And that's what kind of affected us, right? And it wasn't helpful to us. And during our development, there's some things that were missed that we didn't learn. And one of those things could be learning how to be emotionally regulated. Okay? Emotionally mature. If you have not seen that behavior growing up in your household, unless you're that exceptional child that just, there's some children, no matter what environment they're in, they were able to find their strength within inside themselves and be different than everybody in their household. And you look at that person and go, wow, how in the world you came out of that? Because we learn behaviors, right? And so our parents model behavior for us. Our older siblings, even though they're still children, right? And your brain is still not developed all the way where it should be, especially in the frontal lobe area. When we're younger, they model behavior for us, whether it's good or bad. And so we learn behaviors. And so now you have to deprogram all of those things growing up. So a lot of times life is about deprogramming, transforming, renewing, rebuilding, all of this work. It's like you're doing a reconstruction to yourself, right? And so it's so crucial that it's good when we learn to do these things early on and not when we're in our 40s and our 50s, because it don't look good. You say you're in a relationship and person that you're with who loves you so much, they get to see how you respond to stressful situations, and they see the child come out, that stage or that age where you experience some kind of trauma, or there was some kind of arrested development. There was something you didn't get at a particular age during the stage of development. And so what happens is that same child or teenager, that reaction comes out, not the emotionally mature adult, but that child. You go back to that child and it comes out and it's like, wow. Or that loved one will see, wow, they don't have any coping skills. They don't know how to sit down and talk, even if the conversation is a little uncomfortable, but they run from everything. They always take the flight response to a stressful situation, instead of, learning, or instead of at least expressing that this is a lot for me right now. I need to go and I need to process and I need to reflect so I can come back with the right answer, so I can be in the right spirit. But if they don't have the skills to even learn the communication skills to even say that, because we always not going to feel like we want to just, express ourselves at every moment, especially if it's a moment that's very intense, you know what I'm saying? And you're stressed and you're angry, not always the right time to talk, but learning how to express that. It can be non-verbally sometimes if someone knows you and you go, I'm gonna need a little bit of time. That should end the argument right there. And both mature people can go away and reflect and pray or whatever. That's the ideal, right? And then come back to that situation with a mindset to resolve and find a solution. But anyway, that's my thing. So that's why you see I'm into the mindset. That call bumped me off. Anyway, yeah, into the whole mindset. That's why I use the approach when I do coaching. My foundation modality that I use when I'm working with clients is, of course, CBT and REBT, reactive emotive behavioral therapy approach. But I take the coaching from that and help people to first just be self-aware of why they react, why they think a certain way, why they believe a certain way. So we get at the core, and then once we address the core, then we start working on the cognitive behavior, right? Changing that mindset, the way you perceive and the way you process and think about things, and learning to train you to think differently about things. That way you'll feel differently about things, and then hopefully you will react and behave differently than you have in the past, because now you have a new mindset. That's the transformation that takes place inside of yourself. So when I discovered that you need therapy healing, like deep emotional healing, that's what that therapist coming at, right? That therapy come in. So because you're going to be digging up stuff that may be uncomfortable, very intense, right? It could be trauma, some pain, emotional pain. Ooh, and so you need to unpack all of that with a therapist. But I stay focused on, okay, you're at a place now, maybe you are getting the therapy, so I can work with you on all the other stuff, all the transformational work while you working through your healing. Or maybe you're on the other side now where you are healed enough to be able to implement all of the strategies and things that you learn about, transformation within yourself. And then you see that new person, and then you want to be that new person. And so that's where I come along at. But anyway, it's something, that we all discover in life. And life is just about discovery. Uncovering, discovering. Oh my God. I'm telling you. But it should be a forward motion. And we learn to be forward thinking. We learn to address what we're going through, self-awareness. But then we learn to work on those things, and we learn to move on, right? So we can be good for other people. Anyway, I done ranted long enough. So anyway, thank you for tuning into this Monday inspiration. We just putting 2 into 1, 2 days into one. But this is good for every day. I just like to do this on Monday because in the beginning of the week, a lot of people have to readjust their mindset to a whole nother week of maybe work or school, or something, whatever you're doing, and ministry, and you want to be in the right mindset. So I do this to kind of help pull people back. It's almost like, let's go back. Let me support you while you, set your mind and get your heart right and all of that stuff, so you can be good. You can have you pulling from that with the strength within you, empowering yourself, motivating yourself to take on a whole nother week, one day at a time, but another week, so you won't become overwhelmed and stuck in some mindset again that is unhelpful and is unhealthy, which create unhealthy thoughts. Okay, all right.